Here. My name is Donnell Dantzler. Welcome to the first Small Biz Spotlight event. I'll give you a little short story on the company here in just a moment. I just wanted to do a little housekeeping first. First of all, there will be a drawing for a couple of things, so please leave a business card in the little basket at the table so you can have a chance to win actually the items we have available. Also, I'm going to have each of you introduce yourselves and tell me who you are, what your business is, if you do have one, and maybe what brought you here this evening to actually participate. It is a Friday evening. That's the first thing I'm going to acknowledge is I know it's a long week. I appreciate you taking the time to come out, going into your weekend. So with that, let me go ahead and get you guys to introduce yourselves. I'll start over here to my left, and then we can work around the room. You want to go ahead, Mike?
You want to go ahead first? Oh. There you go. We want to start with the top first and work our way down.
Hi, my name is Linda Dantzler, and I happen to be the mom of the first presenter who's doing this, so I'm here to help and support. Very, very happy to see you all come out and help support. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Michael Dudley, appreciate it. Michael Dudley, I've been knowing Donnell for 30-something years, maybe even more than that. What brought me out today, actually what brought me out is I'm originally from Kansas City, but I've been in Georgia for the last 30 years. So my grandmother's turning 102. Actually, she did turn 102. So I came back up here to celebrate that with her. Conveniently, this young man was having this event, so I made sure I wanted to come up here and participate and help him kick this thing off. I am a mechanical engineer by training. I've been doing that for over 40 years, but I've had my own business for about 5.5, almost 6 years. So I wanted to just come out and offer my information and support to this event. And if I can share anything with you guys, I would be more than happy to do so, because I have a lot of war stories. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jared Lucas. I am from Fit Past Life. It is a small business that I've started here in the KC area. So it's a corporate wellness program that we offer through the benefits packages that are offered to the employees of our clients. And so we started in 2019 and have been trying to get things going through COVID and all the things that have come as a result of the change in pace, change in lifestyle, change in needs, change in services. And so my intention, my expectations for tonight, basically this is my first networking event. I've decided, I need to get my brand, my business out there. And I was looking for opportunities, and I stumbled across this one. And I thought I'm going to come. So thank you so much for putting this on.
Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome. No problem.
My name is Minnie, and I'm a hairstylist. Been a hairstylist for like 18 years. I've been booth renting for a long time, and just recently, about a month ago, I opened up my own studio. So just trying to, like he was saying, networking, to see some new options and just some things that you don't know, that you're just trying to learn.
Welcome.
I am Cheryl Martin. I am Donnell's cousin. I have two, my mom, myself, and my sister. Hopefully she's on her way. But we do have a small event planning catering service called JTS. So we event plan for weddings, anniversaries, what you may have. We do specialize in fruit bars. So that's just some information, because those are, I know a lot of people event plan, but we kind of specialize in the fruit bar and also on the catering side, but we do plan events as well.
Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, we can come up to this.
Hello, my name is Ariel Conceal, and I actually have a luxury cleaning company here. We're based out of Belton, Missouri, but we service the entire metro area, particularly Overland Park, Kansas. So I came across this actually through Eventbrite, and just wanted to come check it out. I do enjoy networking events and meeting new people, so I am having a very late, 3 years later, business launch this weekend, and you are all invited. It is Sunday from 2:30 to 6, so you are all welcome.
Awesome. Thank you for that information.
Good evening. My name is Tiffany, and I am a coach, and I coach people on empathy and just promoting psychologically safe relationships. A lot of times I push into like DEI spaces if they offer them in academics or in other public sectors. So that's usually how I work. I am here this evening because I just need to get away from my desk. Sometimes it's just a reprieve to meet other like-minded people. So thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Hello everyone, my name is Lynn, last name Nelson, I'm a mortgage loan officer with a direct lender, so I go to different networking events to meeting people and to say who can I help. I serve everybody, but especially for those who are underserved, like minorities, like people like me. So there are a lot of going on, so like people like me, or somebody never even know they could buy a home. So I reach out to everybody. So I work with Black Chambers office too. So and I also do workshops to educate, provide information to first-time home buyer or first-time investor. So today I'm here. I hope reach out more people, make some connections, building relationship.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you. Everybody, I appreciate you all. In fact, let me have my aunt in the back speak. Introduce yourself.
Okay, my daughter has said it all. We're all in catering together, and like you said, we specialize in the fruit bar and stuff, and we do all occasions, food and the planting and the fruit bar. And I am Danielle's aunt.
So official. All righty, thank you. And I'll kind of speak for my video guy. That's Calvin Danzler, and that is effectively his service. He's at work. You see what he does, and he's great at it. So once again, it's all about small biz is really all about sharing, and letting one another know about businesses and positioning ourselves for growth and information sharing. So we'll get started. In fact, I'll mention about my mom. I can't recall if she referenced her claims to fame, but she does desserts. We call it Aunt Leela's pie. She does a lot of baking. So that's one of her claims. And then she also has an accounting background, so she does bookkeeping as well for businesses. So, which is very, very important, for businesses. And so that's one of those basic needs that we try to, focus on as well. So with that, I'll give a little bit of background about myself. It'll be pretty short, but just to kind of set the stage for this event in general. So again, my name is Donnell Danzler, and I actually am from Kansas City originally. I'm a K-State graduate, but I now live in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've been there now, I want to say 26 years. I recently retired from telecommunications from AT&T about a year ago, and had the small biz concept in my mind for quite a long time. It's kind of been in development over probably the last decade or so. But really, just to kind of give a quick, spiel, again, K-State graduate, I did attend a program at UCLA called Management Development for Entrepreneurs. And that program was a very eye-opening program because as a part of the Anderson School of Business, it was focused on small business owners who ran businesses but really didn't professionally run their organizations, right? They may bake their pies or do their home services and things of that nature, but they don't necessarily run their business like the larger entities. So that, it was like a boot camp, if you will, it was like a four maybe 4 or 5 day boot camp, but then we had a long paper and research we had to do to actually position our own businesses in that. So again, programs like that, I took part in along with being a Six Sigma Black Belt. I focused a lot on process improvement at AT&T, and then some other companies I worked with prior to going to AT&T. But again, I'm in the Bay Area and wanted to launch this particular event here in Kansas City because this is home. And I really wanted to share this where I really kind of got my roots and wanted to get an opportunity to kind of start this here in terms of just introducing the platform. But I actually have plans and actually have some dates in California as well to do a similar event there to kind of, introduce it as well. So just a little bit of background for me. So what is Small Biz Spotlight? Essentially, it's a resource-filled platform that is designed to focus on supporting and servicing small businesses in general. Primarily, the primary feature of the platform is to highlight small businesses through a video where we either do interviews or have you do a video profile to tell us who you are, where you are, what you do, and be represented on the platform for both B2B or business to business representation, as well as even customers for continued exposure for your business. Another benefit of the platform is really about business insights. We publish articles, we actually reach to other entities to help you get information that you otherwise might not get to yourself to help you be successful in your business as well. And then finally, it's about business solutions. Again, my background in process management and across a lot of different parts of business, from supply chain to HR to service delivery, all of that is really kind of lending itself to being able to help small businesses in various ways as far as being more standardized in your approach, identifying where you have excessive costs to really try to reduce costs for your business or improve efficiencies overall within your business. Our goals are really about getting exposure through, again, the video promotion and networking events. And let me kind of speak to the networking events. We really plan to have a calendar of events where we do not only events like this, where we just kind of come together in a more professional arena, but we might do an outing or something like that that can also allow for networking and social interaction and exposure for you and your business. Also, we are really looking to increase knowledge. That's where we're looking to have our insights and articles that come from the website, as well as shared best practices, as many of you mentioned in your intros, just different areas you're kind of working on, whether it's growing and kind of getting started with your business, doing launches like you're saying. So different things like that, we want to be able to kind of communicate that and be a platform where that information can come out and help you reach your goals you have for your business. Also around opportunities, we're basically a resource for publishing. A lot of the organizations you may know about, but sometimes you don't, from SBAs to chambers, SCORE, a lot of different organizations are represented on our site that we want to have you be basically one click away for you to kind of get resources for your business. And then finally, it's about growth, buyer-seller connections, again, operational reviews where you want to kind of look at your business in kind of in a top to bottom type of way to see how you're doing and see where you have opportunity for improvement. And then finally, maybe cost and sales analysis. I spoke with a business out in California, and the first thing the business owner really raised as an issue is the inflation. She's a pizza restaurant, and she talked about how the cost of her boxes for the pizza doubled, literally, and she had to pull out a menu that she had hidden because she had to increase her prices. She felt bad because she had to increase prices on her customers. So when you talk about cost and sales analysis and things like that, you really want to be able to assess everything you offer and what it costs to offer that product to see if it's really, giving you a good return on investment. So that was just kind of an interesting conversation given our times we're in right now. So why do we do it? Essentially to recognize that 50% of businesses fail within the first 5 years, according to SBA. It's very difficult. It's a difficult, endeavor to take on, and we want to be able to try to stem that or help businesses not fall in that arena where they don't survive. Also, 1.5 million jobs are created by small businesses. Again, we want to continue to help, provide jobs. As you know, when businesses go, those jobs go along with it. We also recognize a lot of times when you sometimes might have a one-person business to maybe a few people, and owners end up working in their business versus on their business. And there's a great author by the name of Michael E. Gerber. He wrote this book called E-Myth Mastery, and then he wrote a second book called E-Myth Revisited. And he talks about this concept of working in your business, basically where a lot of times you spend much time developing your product and delivering your product, but not really analyzing the health of your business overall, whether it's the finances or really operational efficiency and things like that that can really help you survive or beat those odds of that 50% failure rate within 5 years. So again, just pointing out how you should really work on your business versus in it whenever possible. Of course, that's easier said than done. Also, just we're doing this because we know that information access is critical to business survival, as well as the fact that like we talked about, here in this pandemic, we're almost in like what we'll call a small business renaissance in terms of people leaving jobs. I just left a year ago, right? And so many have to pursue their own endeavors. So it's a really critical and important time for the small business owner. And that just kind of leads to the quote I have at the bottom that just kind of speaks to Small Biz Spotlight in terms of us striving to inspire as much as we strive to inform. Because again, when you do take on a business of your own, you have to stay motivated. It is challenging. You will have, some tough times, but, it can be a reward. And so you want to try to stay inspired as much as you can in those pursuits. And then finally, I'll talk about, how do we do this? Through interviews, the video promotion I mentioned, the articles that we'll provide that lead to actionable insights and tips for you, as well as one of the things we're really focusing on is having some expert speakers. I actually know a number of folk in the corporate arena who have been quite successful, who've agreed to be speakers and talk about many other things. I think you mentioned D&I. And actually, I have a very good friend of mine who's also a K-State graduate. He's a senior VP in corporate, and he is well suited to speak to that. And so I definitely understand, the path you've taken there. So things like that we plan to offer up and have as speakers through either webinars or other types of events to draw connection to small business owners to help where they otherwise might not have those types of connections. And like I said earlier, we're looking to just host, different live events, fun events, but, also, purposeful events for business success, along with the connections and referrals to like the organizations I mentioned earlier for SBAs and that. And so this kind of lists the benefits that, we really want to highlight, in terms of just having, mutual benefit across the organizations, both for SBS as well as the small business owner, the video piece, and the insights in that. And also, I'll show you guys in a moment as I go to the platform. There's opportunity for advertising. As we get folks on the platform in terms of the videos and representation, to your point, your event coming up, you can advertise that. I'll allow you to post your event on our calendars, to let people know and let the public know about what you have coming up to help you promote and otherwise be successful in your endeavor. Also, again, we highly encourage information sharing. One of the things that I've been hearing a lot in my conversations is that events like this don't happen often enough, or business owners don't get a chance to talk to other business owners often enough to share information or talk about some of the challenges, to be able to see what someone else might be doing to address an issue. So this is one of our hopes, is to really facilitate that type of thing in terms of bringing businesses together to share ideas and experiences. I'll talk a little bit about membership, but we will have opportunities for discounts for any of the events that we host. As a member, you can actually get discounts for that. We're also working to get discounts with other vendors in that, maybe a supplier and that. So we're actually looking to have it such that we can have, for our specific audience, discounted rates, whether it's office supplies and things of that nature. All right, and then so I will kind of go to a Q&A. I'll kind of take a pause and see if you guys have any questions at this point before I go over to the platform and kind of walk you through some key pieces to it. So any questions by anyone so far? I know there's one.
You said you're currently in California. You're launching this event here. Are you doing it in California as well as here, or is this a national sort of program that you're wanting to roll out?
Is the latter. I'm actually doing it on a national basis. I'm starting here. I have California probably slated for October, but I have like 5 markets I was planning to launch in. So Kansas City being one, the Bay Area, DC, Atlanta, and I was probably going to do LA to kind of duplicate. I'm sorry.
So are you in California or are you locally based here? Like, are you basing it out of California as the headquarters, or is this the headquarters?
It's based out of California.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still a resident of California now, but yep, I've launched it there, but you see all my help is here though.
Are you planning on having like an office here?
You know what, I plan to. I definitely will have a footprint here in terms of, just because I know I have resources here to kind of help and meet some needs of business owners, so certainly, yep.
So the intention then is, I guess, once you have those different markets set up, the networks will actually grow across the networks, meaning that if I wanted to liaise or network with someone in the Bay Area, I would have direct access to that person through the program.
Absolutely. Our platform looks to facilitate that. I'm actually going to have a directory, so we'll have, locations and businesses listed, so you can just what you're saying. Because what I want to facilitate is even having regular meetups, right? In each of those markets, so that you can have recurring, events where you kind of come together. It could be topic-based, or it could just be, hey, what's going on, at the moment, to just kind of help you keep things, stay current and keep moving your business forward. Great questions. All right, any others? Okay, so let me go over to the platform and show you all a little bit about what it entails. Let me see if I can. Okay, so that went away, so maybe this will get it. Hey, there we go. So this is the smallbizspotlight.net portal. Essentially, this first page I'll walk you through. I'll kind of go down it, and then I'll highlight among the menu items, kind of the key areas. But what I'll do is allow you guys time to kind of take a closer look, to dig in, and I'll just kind of give you information to allow you to get probably what I view as probably the most important, questions you'd probably want to have answered in terms of just understanding what the platform is about. But after saying that, contact me anytime, right? Fire off a note or give me a ring, and I'll be happy to address any of your questions. So as we walk down the site itself, the first section here pretty much covers what this site is all about. This little ribbon here of these 4 dots really kind of speak to the knowledge and tips and current technologies and trends we're focused on bringing. We're focused on small business resources and programs. And then we're also focused on the free video, which it comes up as well. And then really giving those actionable insights. So if we talk about how that happens, right, we go down the website here, down the page here, we basically give kind of the welcome message and give a little bit of a high-level spiel of what Small Biz Spotlight is all about. What you'll find first here is, just below that is a free download of what we call the Small Biz Spotlight, Small Business Survival Kit. And that is basically for someone like Mimi, right? You're starting your new business. It's basically a document that has all of the fundamental things you want to focus on in terms of your business name, your business form, whether you want to do an LLC or incorporate, et cetera. It also speaks to legal, it speaks to insurance, just all of these fundamental things you want to check off or at least get in position to address over a fairly short period of time. So this is a free download, and we're going to update it regularly with new information. So that's one of the things you'll find on the site. And below that is where we talk about the articles and information. We basically have an update of what we call a managerial minute and a did you know. And these areas here are basically providing information in terms of just helping you be mindful of things as a leader of your business, whether it's building an effective team. We talk about time management, and it points to different resources that, again, you might not otherwise have come across to help you be better at running and managing your business on a day-to-day basis. If there are free resources, in fact, I'm gonna do an update I had not done yet, but about a week ago, I saw an article where Inc.com has a free, not free, but an $80 fixed price for the entire Microsoft Office 2021 Office Suite. And it's a lifetime license, so you don't have to, pay annually to keep it. And not only that, it has training for all of the applications from Excel, Access, Word, all of them, PowerPoint, et cetera. So that'll be posted there, and I think you have until the 24th that you can get that. So again, you think about Microsoft Office, you're paying maybe anywhere from $100 a year, right, to continue to stay current with it, right? So this is actually a deal that came, and so those are the types of things we want to share and make available to our folks and really kind of, find for our audience here on the Small Biz Spotlight platform. And as I mentioned earlier about Michael E. Gerber, we will provide recommended reading so that, there are good books that can help small business owners kind of, satisfy some things and gather a lot of good information to be effective. And so that'll be a recurring update as well. Excuse me. And below that, we actually have articles that come in from various entities, from Inc.com, Fast Company, and this will probably be updated as we go. But again, they're just relevant topics that can add value and kind of help you, think about some of the things you're doing in your business and see what others are doing as well that you might want to consider. So we bring those in as well. So we have our join button here, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in terms of the memberships in just a moment. Below that, though, is a list of our basic services, like I was saying earlier, in terms of operational improvements and things like that. If you go here, you actually will see the list of services that we offer in terms of doing surveys for your business. Maybe you want to gather some insights about your customer or a particular product. How are they liking it? You may want to do an ad or marketing campaign and get that set up. And so these are different things that we can help you to set up. And if we can't, we want to be able to have someone we can refer you to, right? If it's kind of out of our area, we want to be able to have a place we can point you to. It could be one of the other Small Biz Spotlight businesses within the platform as well that provides those services, like much of you've described. We also have the on-site interviews. One of the things we want to do is get out to see what you do. To your point, Jared, if we get out, in terms of your wellness, to kind of really see how your product is made, or how you interact, what are these things that your customers are experiencing that maybe other customers might want to know about, right? And again, as we were talking earlier about your story in general, right? It just adds value to your entire product and service offering. And I think in all of the experiences, you continue to learn and grow. We do have and will have featured videos, and that's where something like that would come into play. Just because it's a unique type of story, that's something that many would we would actually consider as a featured video to have on the site as well. And then, like I said earlier, in terms of becoming a member. And this is kind of where we'll have featured videos shown, as well as just kind of a message from me to kind of introduce the platform itself as well. And then finally at the bottom is where you have opportunity for advertising. This is where your logo can go. And so should you have an ad on the site, it can be clicked and it can go to your site ultimately so that people can see what your service offerings are and how to contact you. All right, so that's really that first page. It kind of covers really what the site is all about. Now, if I go to the headings here, I just wanted to point out a few things about them without going through all of them. But the About piece is kind of a summary of what I shared with you earlier in terms of my background. But the FAQs, I highly encourage you to take a look at those. I'll go ahead and click those and go there. But basically, they probably answer a lot of questions you might have in terms of what Small Biz Spotlight is about, and maybe clarify a few things in terms of, of course, the excuse me, the goal and the mission. Also, a question of whether you're required to be a member to have a video on the site, and you're not. The video uploads are free. You don't have to do anything. The information you're looking at now is freely available. You don't have to do anything to get to that. So, that's not anything that requires a membership. Also, it explains how does SBS help your business, along with just the other benefits to come. So again, I encourage you to take a look at the frequently asked questions as a piece of your information. The videos piece, not only will we come out and do the video and kind of sit and talk to you about your business, or have you essentially give us kind of a profile look at your business in terms of you describing it, we give you the ability to upload your own video. So everyone has a mobile phone, and many have, video cameras of their own. So one of the things we allow is for you to upload your own video, and we kind of give you a framework for doing that. We ask that you limit it to like 2 to 2.5 minutes, where you just, excuse me, happens when you talk too much. So the 2 to 2.5 minutes really is about giving your business name, and your name, and then kind of your service and product offering, and letting us know where you're located, and what customers, really enjoy about your business. Just some interesting tidbits about your business, and that can be put on our platform, where your business will be represented. So you upload that video, and we will basically represent it on the site. We have both an internal video location, where it's right here on the portal, but we also have an associated YouTube page where the majority of all the videos will actually be stored. So, excuse me, that's where we'll have like the kind of so we'll have some here on site, and then we'll have a YouTube page as well that has the videos as well. So if I touch on a couple of the other headings, from services, as we talked a bit about those, you'll actually see them here as well. The education piece, like I talk about the UCLA program I was a part of, we're going to have a list of those programs. As we learn about them, there are certainly more universities and colleges that offer similar programs. But we want to point small business owners to those types of programs, as they are available. They are quite helpful. And I hope to even have my professor at UCLA, in fact, I'm going to look at getting some of one of his staff folks, if not himself, to come to do a webinar and talk about the program itself. It's a very, very, very good program. I highly recommend it. Along with that, as I mentioned, among the resources like the SBA and the various other organizations, so this list will continue to grow. So you can be one click away from those. And the events, that's where JTS comes into play. So we'll be scheduling and planning, particularly here in the Kansas City area, other networking events, social events, and activities to kind of get you out and get more exposure for yourselves and your businesses. And then finally, on the membership side, I'm going to go there just so you can see. So the membership actually has 4 different levels, bronze through platinum. And the joining of it is either monthly or an annual fee. So the monthly actually comes with a month free to start, and it's as low as $5 a month. And let me click on the monthly so you can see. And I'll talk about what comes as a result of the membership. So basically, as a month-to-month, essentially, it's just a $5 for the bronze, up to $20 for platinum. And then if you go annually, you actually save 20% if it's just paid for the year, essentially. And tonight only, I'll do the silver for the price of the bronze. It'll actually be cut in half. So if you do sign up for annual now, you can do this one, which is the recommended one. And you essentially get 10% on every event that we host in that. Sorry, question?
Yeah, no, just a quick question.
Sure.
Have you ever thought about whitelisting Small Business Spotlight corporations or even, certain government agencies like within the metro, just for them to use as far as part of the curriculum or anything like that for?
You know, I have. That's part of my goal is to to connect with the larger businesses for sure, as well as the government. I'm on the list for a lot of the SBA events, and I try to attend as many of their webinars as possible. But you're right. I mean, it's definitely worth doing that because I want to be a kind of a conduit between the small business and those entities, and let them be able to see how they can reach small businesses. That's really the whole part of this, is to kind of enable that. Great question. No, keep going. No, it's okay.
Intending on keeping this as an application-based model, meaning would you consider moving into an app, or like a other sort of, in the future?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I basically started my web development about a year ago, about the day after I walked out of the company almost, and pretty much spent the year putting this together with my web developer. And then to your point, the app piece is on my mind. And so I want to look at what's essential about this site that app can really, utilize to be of value. I love it. Great questions. So yeah, I mean, the membership itself is gonna really offer up basically, like I said, the free video upload, just so you can kind of get a spill of the list. You have the video upload. You'll get your company profile on there, so we'll have all of your information in terms of name, location, services, and products. We're working on a newsletter we'll probably do monthly. Also, you get the event notifications as they occur. As you can see, the various discount rates you'll get based on your membership level. And we also want to just keep you coming to the site for information from an engagement standpoint. So, we'll continue to check that out as well, and then have have even some survey participation as well, so that you can let us know how we're doing. In fact, we're going to give you a survey after this because I want to get your feedback on what you guys have thought about this particular event and any other upgrades that you might consider us to look at. If you were to go to gold or platinum, what you'll find is that in addition to those services on the bronze and the silver, you actually will get some priority event booking. You will also have some exclusive events that are available as well. Thank you for coming. Yep. So, there are a number of additional items that come with that membership. So again, take a look at that. And again, tonight, if you do join, you can get the silver for half the price of what it's listed for if you want to do the annual on there. But any time you join, you'll get a month free if you do the month to month. So just wanted to note that. So with that, I'll just kind of come back and open it up for questions. One of the things I wanted to do was see who might be interested in doing actually a video interview to kind of have an opportunity to tell me about your business. And you can either do the formal interview, which is only about 4 or 5 questions. It's nothing too strenuous. Or you can just kind of do the profile where you just tell us who you are, the name of your business, what service and products you're offering. I have believe it or not, a lead sheet for you. So you can just say, hello, my name is, and you can say, my business name is, and you tell me your product and services as well as your location. And if you want to do the bottom 2 questions, you can. If you don't, you can stop at the 4th and tell us just where you are and what you do. So with that, I'll kind of get to a close and again, open it up for any questions, feedback you have at this moment, and then we can talk about videos.
So what's your timeline? If you're to say, okay, you're going to grow across 5 markets and you're launching here in August, what's your timeline for, I guess, getting through to the other 4?
So that's a good question. I'm probably, like right now, with me being in August, I'm probably looking at every other month for each one, so I can get a chance to capture my key learnings from events like this and really be able to implement things to improve on it. So I'm looking at probably like 6 to 9 months out before I'm really at, the 4 or 5 of the markets in general.
And so is this the first of a few KC events that are happening?
Exactly. Yeah. So I will take a look at what I would facilitate here in the KC area beyond this type of structure to continue to build the brand in that. So it might be a more truncated type of event in terms of like networking or something of lesser detail, but then just kind of give opportunity for people to learn about it and also congregate. And so, I think, that would be until I do something bigger. Like one of the things I thought about, that I'm excited. I'm all around all this water in the Bay Area. So I'm like, we have all these boat cruises and all kinds of, little 1 and 2 hour type things. So I need to find some body of water out here so I can set up such an event, right? Huh? Right. So, we do a lot of creative things in the Bay Area, right? To just keep, Silicon Valley and the technology arenas, they do so many different things. But yeah, so to your point, I want to keep the brand building once launched like it is being done now. Want to keep building on that and then start in the others. In fact, I'll be going to Atlanta. Yeah, that's my Atlanta beach head, right? This is the guy, right? You're looking at the program director for Atlanta, Georgia. Talk to him if you have any questions. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so essentially that's kind of, in fact, I'm in the MBA program. They're having the National Black MBAs down in Atlanta next month. At the end of the month, I'm looking at attending. So that's the other thing. The organization, we just had a meeting or an event. I'll give you a perfect example. So there was a lady, she was a former journalist. She has her own business. She came to the National Black MBAs about 2 weeks ago and did a presentation on writing your bio in terms of like whether you're speaking in the setting like here, or for your own company as a bio. And so she was just giving all of this great information. And so she ultimately offers this service. She ended up offering us a package, especially priced package, in order to put that together for us. So what that did was created an opportunity for her to sell her services. Of course, when I gave my background, they asked the question about my own services and that, both in this arena for small biz and that. But essentially, that's really what it's all about: is getting your brand in front of organizations and groups where it's relevant, and giving you an opportunity to continue to extend that brand. And so, again, I'm planning to go to that MBA event just because I know that it'll continue to expand, the brand and get positioned, for launching out there as well.
Can I share something with you?
Sure.
I think for people to get to know you or this brand, you may just start just saying a couple events I attended, there were hundreds turn out. Like they don't have actually one of them was on the rooftop bar. There was 100 people showed up. I can tell you, I didn't know there were that many people participating.
Wow.
And the second one is White Troopers. They got partnered with Sonar and in Morgan City, and then the CEO hosted for us at Scott in their Sky Bar, very nice, and have a room and another bar area. Then we were there, and then another event I attended yesterday was about. It's also a networking group, and but they've been on the market for a long time. But usually turnout is like hundreds of people too.
Sure.
And people just talking and networking. Yeah.
Okay.
There are a couple places in Kansas City. One is like a chicken and pickle. If you do it, it's like a Thursday night or Wednesday night. You do a couple hours. Chicken pickle, you can have a rooftop bar, and you can do pickleball or open play and sandbags, whatever. Then another one is called Sandbox. They have some nice volleyball or sand volleyball courts or something. You can reserve that. So things like that, people will.
Exactly. That's what I need to know about. That is perfect information. I mean, because you're right. I mean, it just the venue itself can attract, or the activity.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm gonna get a list of those before you leave, please, so I can make sure I have them, and I can look into that. Since, like my cousin was saying, good look with the water, but these are my alternatives. That's beautiful. Thank you. Yes, sir.
So how will the SBS connect my services with Amazon, Google, AT&T, Black and Veatch? Will Black and Veatch have a presence on this site, or will they be able to just freely go to this site and search for something that they're looking for as far as a resource or a service,
Yeah.
and vice versa?
Very, very good question. The goal is to be connected to those larger businesses. I think that what you're describing is really what motivated me to do this. So at AT&T, to your point, I would go to a Minority Supplier Development Council conferences representing the company. And I can remember distinctively for a Kansas City story. I was in Atlanta, and this brother and sister were at a booth, and they came by our booth at AT&T, and they were out of Kansas City, and they were asking about doing business with AT&T, like how do we get them, as a client? And I was explaining the process to them, and they took my card, they contacted me after I got back to California and everything. And to your point, the whole key is about AT&T knowing about their services. I think they were a cleaning business or something like that out here. And so my goal is to reach out to key contacts with those that I know, and those people that I know people, right? And like particularly in the Bay Area, I mean, it's a very small network, right, in terms of people, and so in the professional arena. So really the goal is to establish just what you're saying, so that we can host events where, because again, I'll tell you, I was just on a call last week. The water district for Santa Clara, they had a meeting. They were looking for vendors. It was a 1-hour webinar, and they had all of these small businesses on. They went through all of the recs, literally all of the actual RFPs, if you will, right? In terms of describing the jobs and the opportunities in that, and giving all of the guys, all of the small businesses needed to go register if they weren't already registered in their database and that, and so it's doing just what you're talking about. So I'm on calls to be able to do just that, to draw those connections. So that's a very, very good question. Yep. So I'll definitely, we'll have a place where we're posting those things, and making it known. I mean, again, the site will be kind of dynamic, but it's really about creating those connections, both to business, small business wise, business to larger businesses, as well as just direct customers, who might need your services. Other questions? Awesome. Well, hey, I really, really appreciate you guys coming out. I hope you've gained some information and enjoyed yourselves, and had a great time here. I want to make sure I stay connected. We're going to did you get business cards? So we got this drawing. I got a couple little prizes. So we can make sure, the first one will be a free 1-year membership. You get the silver level membership. So you'll be opted in, and you'll get all of the perks that come along with that. And then, excuse me, the other is actually the little green pad right behind you. There you go. It's a Renaissance Festival tickets for that. So that'll be the second. So am I drawing? Who's drawing? How many folks? How many in there? Okay, well, you know what? If there are a couple cards, I'll tell you what. This is what I'm going to do. Okay. I'll tell you what. Who can guess? So maybe we'll do it this way. We'll see who was paying attention. So what was my major at? My undergrad major. Oh, not. It was K-State. So, I mean, you still have it. Okay. It was engineering. It was industrial engineering. All right, so you get a 1-year membership. So make sure I get a. You do, Miss Tiffany, right? See, see. Hey, look, I'm glad I did my part then. I didn't want to break your winning streak. I didn't want to be the one that messed that up. Ooh, I didn't realize I had pressure on me. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's see. What's another trivia question? Let me think. All right, tell me the famous bridge that's most near to my home. What's the name of it? Oh, who got, so you call it the Golden State Bridge. See, she's all in the Warriors mindset. That it threw you off. So you got the Steph on the brain. That was not right. What do we call that bridge? There it is. All right. Close.
So where in the Bay Area are you located?
I live I'm in Hayward.
Okay.
Yep.
So I had family in Vallejo.
In Vallejo? Okay.
So I visited there a few times. It's nice out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, right. That's not far at all, about 30 minutes. Right from home. Oh yeah. Oh wow, yeah. Come out anytime, man. Just reach out to me if you come out that way. Well, what was it? Yes. So I'm gonna pose that question. Who is interested and or willing to do an interview? I have some questions that I've already kind of set up as well from an interview perspective for you, but you can either do the profile where you just kind of say who you are and what you are per video, or I'm giving you guys a cheat sheet, to really know how I'm structuring my interview. These are my questions you'll be asked, right? The questions you'll be asked. I'm now this whole ATT thing kicks in. We do all the scripting world, but basically, I welcome you. Then I ask you to tell me about what your business, is and what it offers. Talk about what inspired you, much like what Jared and I spoke about in our conversation a little earlier. Also, what's been rewarding about it, what's been challenging in the journey, and then what advice you'd give, to other business owners based on where you are, in your business ownership today. So not too difficult. And I mean, I'm giving you a chance to see them ahead of time so it won't blindside you. You do? Awesome. Okay. Who else? Anyone else? We got one. We'll go on. Okay. All right. So.
I will do it, but I do have to leave.
Okay, you want to do the first? I can do you first. If you got a minute. If you have a minute. Okay.
I don't want to jump the queue. She said she was going to do it. So
Okay. Are you?
I mean, you said you could do it another day as well, right?
I actually leave town on Monday morning to go back to the Bay.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna sit over there in front of the booth. We're gonna go right over here, and he's gonna mic you up, and then we'll go. Is you okay with that? If he goes? Okay. She's okay? Thank you so much.